Okay, I
Yeah.
like to jump in, and we got a lot of technical questions covered. I like to cover some of the marketing questions. So based on my understanding, you're going to develop the Stratis platform after you have Nicholas complete the in Bitcoin software, and that's when you're going to use it for the Stratis platform. Who do you want to see as customers or clients to use the Stratis platform? Who in a perfect world, who do you picture seeing doing that?
A large-scale financial services company. I mean, there's
Just
use
just
cases.
just 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 an example. Apple, Microsoft. I mean, who
Um,
do you see?
I mean, a lot of people have spoken about Microsoft, and we're really not into hype. We really don't like to hype things because, as far as we're concerned, quick increases in price are usually followed with quick decreases in price. So actually hyping, we're not into, but I mean, we would like to collaborate with Microsoft, and obviously we must have a compelling argument for them with the technology and the platform that we're developing. But as far as actual customers that I'd like to work with, any of the large scale UK financial organizations, so Credit Suisse, Barclays Bank, any of those. But it's not just financial services. There's going to be use cases for lots of medium to large to enterprise sized businesses for Stratus. So I couldn't really just give one
So
company.
Where do fiat gateways fit into Stratus's plan for private chains and blockchain consultancy?
Yeah, so the private chains are just going to be there to allow fiat to move into the Stratus chain easier to simplify the process. So um, the blockchain as a service platform, the fuel of the platform is going to be Stratus. In order to actually run a node, um, like you would on Azure or any of the cloud providers, you're actually going to pay for that service in Stratus. So we need to offer a very simple way for people to actually pay for that service, but actually hide the fact that Stratus is acting as an intermediary, if that makes sense.
hmm, I'm not. I'm still the thing that I'm still trying to figure out is who will be using this. That is this. So the Stratus platform is mainly for commercial use, or is it for individuals to use as well? Are you mainly targeting commercial enterprise level people or just consumers?
Yeah, that is our main focus, is the corporate environment.
Okay, so my question is this. Okay, so my thought is this, because I used to work at the energy brokerage firm that I used to work at. We used to deal with getting the energy brokerage firm that I used to work at. They had a Bitcoin farm next to it, so that's how I learned about Bitcoins originally, and that's how I let Leon know about Bitcoin. I sent him the white paper, and that's how he and I got started into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But when I was working at this energy brokerage firm, we had to make sales calls and marketing calls to businesses to use as us as their energy brokerage firm. And one of the things that it's not easy to just call into a business and get them to use your product or service.
It's
So
not.
from a marketing perspective, right? How are you going to get businesses and to use your Stratus platform? That's the thing. You can have the best software, the best technology in the world, but how do you get people, companies, to use your software? What is your marketing and sales strategy to do that?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. Something I didn't touch on when I was talking about my experiences. For the 11 years that I've been working in corporate IT, I've been working as a consultant for myself. But for the last 4 years, I've actually been working for a large consultancy provider in the UK. So I've got an extensive background and experience on business to business sales and providing consultancy to businesses. So as far as our strategy, how we're going to actually acquire customers is So if I start from the very beginning, so predominantly up until this point, our marketing has been focused purely on the crypto communities, and that was to raise awareness for the ICO and also to raise awareness for the Stratis platform. But as we draw nearer to the platform actually being ready for release, we're actually going to switch a bit, and our main focus is going to be on marketing and promotion to corporations and business to business sales. So we've got a very mixed skill set in our team, and we're not just purely developers. We've got some very good skills around marketing and business to business sales. So once it actually kicks off, we're going to be doing the full range of marketing that you'd expect when you're targeting corporations. So we'll be going to conferences. We will be doing, as you say, cold calling. So we'll be doing a lot of those types of activities. And another thing that I've actually explored as well is there's companies that provide sales services. So you can literally give them a book of leads, and then they will just go through that book of leads and cold call all of the leads on that, and they work on commission. So if they don't sell, they basically don't get paid. So they won't work with just any startup. They've got to get a good feeling for you that they're going to actually be able to sell your platform or service. So that's going to be something that we're definitely going to explore, because bringing companies like that on board just gives you those extended capabilities without having the overhead of permanent employees. And then another avenue that we've got is the consultancy company that I worked for. Probably around 90% of our business came from the channel. So channel is other partners, whether it be other consultancy providers or hardware, software manufacturers. That was where the majority of our actual customers came from. So we're going to employ a similar tactic. We're going to reach out to a lot of the IT service providers in the UK, a lot of the hardware, software manufacturers, and actually try and set up partnerships and relationships with these companies so they give us access to their customer base.
Okay, so I come from a sales and marketing background. So whenever, getting customers, getting business, I'm very familiar with that, So let's say that today your Stratis software is done and complete. Nicholas, does his job. It's done. It's working. Everything is working fine. Tomorrow you need customers using this Stratis platform. I mean, who would be like the first one or two businesses that you would approach, and how would you approach them in a way that they would look at your Stratis platform and software and consider using it? Because no matter how good of a software you have, if no one is using it, it doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. No, I totally agree. I mean,
so let's just say your software is done, it's working, everything is working the way you want it to be. Okay, now which is the first like one or two businesses that you would go knock on their doors to get them to use your software?
The first businesses that we're actually going to approach are financial services companies that I've actually worked at previously. So I've got relationships with guys that still work there. So
okay,
it's not hard to get through the door. So those are the quick wins. They'll be the ones that we reach out to first. But then after that, it's literally going to be a case of we're going to have books and books of leads, thousands upon thousands of leads of companies that fit a specific demographic, that may have purchased a particular type of software or hardware before, that would give us an inclination that they may be open to blockchain technology, or they're using an application that we've identified as an application that could actually be ported to the blockchain and could actually benefit from blockchain technologies.
Okay, so what is going to be your role there at Stratis as a CEO? Are you going to focus on the marketing side to get customers and businesses to use the Stratis platform, or is most of your time going to be devoted to coding the software?
It's another good question. So I'm going to be getting involved in all areas. So I'll be doing some coding, I'll be overseeing the marketing and the sales, and I guess one of my strongest areas is probably going to be once we've actually acquired the customer And then we're at the next stage where we actually have to have the meetings where we go through and design and conceptualize a solution and then actually develop it and implement it. I think that would be where I really shine.
Okay, because like if we let's just use the Waves platform as an example. During our interview with Sasha, the Waves from the Waves platform in Russia, you know, even though he knows how to program and code and everything, he is not going to spend any time coding. I mean, he knows how to read it, he says, you know, but he's going to be spending most of the time on the business development side of the Waves platform while he pays the coders to code it for him. Is that what your plans are, or because, you know, most, you know, you sound social, like you are capable of having a conversation with businesses and with people, but a lot of the technical people that's very nerdy, that's very techy, that is qualified to code the software, usually they don't have the social communication skills to be able to communicate to business in a way that will sell them or convince them or persuade them or influence them to use the product or the service. So are you going to be using your skills in the technical area or in the business development side like Sasha? What's your plan?
So I'm going to be using my skills in both areas, but we're not going to let it get to the point where the other side sort of suffers because of my work on the technical side, if that makes sense. I mean, since I actually became proficient with C# and .NET, I don't think there's been a time where 2 days have gone past without me actually opening up Visual Studio and coding. So I'm not going to be able to stop doing that.
Okay, so Nicholas is going to be focused on Bitcoin and the core. Who's the lead developer on Stratis, on all the tools, the developer tools, the GUI, all the rest of the stuff? Who is among your team is going to lead that effort?
That's going to be Stefan.
Stefan, okay.
Yeah, okay. And he's another C# .NET developer, very skilled, got a very strong background in Java, and one of the real benefits that he brings to the team is before he actually moved into full-blown development, he actually worked supporting developers. So he's got a very, very good understanding of the procedures around release management, software life cycles, that type of thing, which in a business of our type will really, really help. And I guess things have gone pretty smoothly thus far. People seem to be very surprised that our ICO distribution was so smooth, but that's only because of our internal procedures around testing and change management.
Sure.